This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. Mitch Moss along with Paulie Howard. We're live in downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino, and we have a 3-hour banger lined up today. Among our guests, how about the timing today of Dr. David Chao in 30 minutes?
Perfect.
We wanted to talk a little like off-season NFL. Like, are we sure Mahomes is going to be ready for Week 1? What about his Week 1 opponent in Bo Nix? And then you have all of these injuries in the NBA, and I think that he has a strong opinion on a lot of them. We'll get his take on that coming up in a half an hour. A heart attack is not stopping Tony Rizzo. He recently had one. ESPN Cleveland legend. He's on the show in 1 hour. Jonathan Davis, hockey bets. Julian Edlow on the NBA. Steve Wiss. Paulie has a... Before the show, he had a tear coming down his eye because it's the last weekend of the Prim. And Wiss is going to come on today to talk about best bets.
Not to mention the Southampton fiasco. Now Hall is saying we shouldn't have to play anybody. We should automatically go up. Now they're going to court.
Sure, why not?
It's ridiculous. It's an incredible story.
But the saving grace is it's a World Cup year.
Yeah.
So that's right around the corner. Okay, so last night, another doozy of a game. It's unfortunate, and I'm saying that as somebody who's holding a Spurs to win the West Future ticket. I don't want these injuries, man. And I'm not just talking, obviously not from the Spurs. I don't want the Thunder to be banged up.
Yes, we do. I can't stand this team.
What? Don't say that. Don't say that.
I can't take it.
Hold on. You agreed with me yesterday when I said you're not allowed to have Spurs Thunder fatigue over the next 5 years.
Nah, but come on. But it goes back to the calls they get, though, as well. Have you ever seen what Hartenstein's allowed to get away with?
Well,
who grabs somebody's arm while he's trying to play defense and you're away from the ball? And you're like pulling him over away from the basket. Then he pulls Castle's hair. Not to mention the SGA with the forearm shiver every time it's unbelievable what this team gets away with, and they're flat out dirty.
Yeah, so this is what I don't understand about the NBA. Why is it that we come in here on a daily basis and the referees are a story? That's the part that I can't stand about the league. I say that like almost tongue-in-cheek, but it's like 75% of the time.
Well, they did a great job in Game 1.
I know, but last night, Paul...
Mitch, they're hard to officiate. I mean, multiple coaches have said it. They foul every play.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is it that here's all this talk about Victor Wembanyama, and again, he's playing at this level that we've never seen before. How is it that Isaiah Hartenstein gets away with murder against Wemby last night? How?
Yep.
Make that make sense when it's right in front of them, below the basket, seemingly every single time those two guys are on the court together.
Yep.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, I retweeted Bill Simmons. We both thought he was unplayable in this series, but if he's allowed to maul and grab jerseys and grab hair and grab arms, then I guess he's playable now. So you would think the face of the league, that wouldn't be allowed. I know if it was Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, it wouldn't be allowed. But again, they're the Seattle Seahawks. Going back where they're going to hold every play. They foul every possession. Are you going to call it? How many times are you going to call it? I don't know what's going to happen with the injuries. I don't know when Williams can come back. That's a big blow.
That's not looking good.
But still, the San Antonio cannot beat themselves. You are now, that is 55 points off of turnovers so far in the series for the Thunder. Castle has a record of 20 turnovers himself in the first 2 games. He's also 2 of 12 from 3. Cut it out.
Yeah,
Attack the basket. Come on. But you just can't turn the ball over like that and just give them points and you go down and just have nothing and get nothing out of these possessions where you're careless with the ball over and over again. Through 3 quarters, it was 23 OKC points off 18 San Antonio turnovers. They could have won that game too.
But I got news for you. If Fox is not going to come back, and that's a high ankle, and again, we'll talk to the good doctor coming up in about 25 minutes, you couple that now with the Harper hamstring, which doesn't sound good to me anyway, and this ferocious Thunder defense anyway. They're loaded with guards, and they got a ton of depth. The betting angle here, and I talked about this on the show yesterday. Now, I bet 3 different guys. One of them won. 2 of them lost. Had I played every other guy like basically on the team, it would have been a gigantic night. I think the betting takeaway here is this. If De'Aaron Fox specifically is not going to play in Game 3 or any of these other games, you need to bet Oklahoma City players to go over their steal prop. Because what did we see last night? Jalen Williams got 2 immediately. Wallace had 4. A.J. Mitchell had 4. McCain is going to be a factor in this series because he will play if those other guards are out for San Antonio, and then they have to go to a guy like McLaughlin off the bench, whose big 3 in the first quarter gutted me last night.
Yep.
But that's my biggest takeaway is that the Spurs will absolutely turn the ball over against this defense, and you need to bet steal props. Here's what Hartenstein's not going to get away with. Dude, he's not getting away with that hack job in Texas.
No.
Going to San Antonio, it will be the referees will 1,000% adjust in Game 3 tomorrow night. So he'll get whistled, and it's very likely that he is going to go to the bench with early foul trouble if that's the case.
Yep. And if you're the Spurs, just send in all the clips to the league. Absolutely. McCain shot 14 times. 2 players combined for 8 of the 14 steals. Wallace and Mitchell. And I'm back. I'll take Wallace in Game 3. But the other thing is, like, who's the guy you're going to try to stand out with assists or also points in addition to SGA, who was fantastic? You know, is it going to, because like Wallace, 4+ assists was plus 350. Caruso, 5+ assists was plus 750. Mitchell, 4+ steals was 15-1. I do think, though, Fox has got to play. I think he's back Game 3.
You think so?
He was at shoot-around for both games, and then they rule him out. So I think there was a good chance he would have played if they had lost Game 1, that he was going to go out there. Now, they definitely have to have him in Game 3 with the Harper injury. But Chao also talked about how it's a unique ankle injury with Fox, too, coming up. So they're up against it here, but I think he's got to play in Game 3, and he's a guy who's 18-6-4 on the season. He has got to fix that and cut it out, and I think the nonsense with Castle will stop then, too, once you get Fox back.
Well, yeah, so then it's probably not worth sprinkling on a ton of different guys for Oklahoma City if Fox is back. That's a play if he doesn't go.
Yeah.
Now, also, like, what do we make of the current point spread in Game 3? I mean, Harper, how does Harper play? I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. But that's a lot of respect for the Spurs. They're 2 at Caesars. But if you've watched the whole series, I think you can come back and just say they're the better team, and OKC's season was on the line. But if you keep handing them points and possessions, you're going to get beat. And SGA had to show up and play like the MVP in order to do that. He was awesome. He was 12 of 24 and had 30 points, and he saved them too. So I don't expect Williams. I don't expect Harper, but I expect Fox back in a revved-up arena, and I'm totally with you that those calls will go against OKC now.
Yeah, they will. So I'm not as optimistic on Fox as you are, because the narrative here, not the narrative, but the actual lingo turned into high ankle with him. And you know what, high ankle, every time there's a high ankle sprain in the NFL, we're like, ooh, boy, that's going to be maybe a month. So if that high ankle is lingering and he can't go because of it, the Thunder absolutely must be favored in this game. Even though they're going to be without, I can't imagine Jalen Williams is going to play. I think he's probably done for a while here, the way it looks.
Well, who's scoring, though? I mean, if you have SGA, that's about it. You're not going to get that out of Hartenstein again. Oh, you're going to leave Caruso wide open. But, I mean, other than that, that's just you're losing your number 2 option here. And this guy had 40 points in the finals last year. Guy was awesome.
You'll get it from a combination of Caruso, Wallace, A.J. Mitchell, Chet Holmgren. Should have been an official play under 13.5 last night. How about that? Chet Holmgren was off the court for the final 3+ minutes of the game, basically. Couldn't play him.
Yeah. That's like Game 1 with the Knicks. Hart was benched. Shamet saved the day. Hart was minus 23 when he was on the floor. Shamet was plus 25.
Well.
Yeah, but you're right. But sometimes you get weird stuff that happens playoff time with matchups, too, as well. Yep. Great series.
Hell of a series so far.
But come on, man. So frustrating.
Well,
what are we doing here? We're pulling hair. We're pulling.
I know.
Multiple times he's pulling his arm as he's trying to play defense, and it's right in front of everybody. Well, there's no call. And then they got lucky, too. Remember, they called that foul on Wembanyama. That's the other thing. We never talked about this with what he did to Reeves, too. And Eddie Johnson called him out. He used to play for the Suns, and he's a broadcaster. When they come in, they hook your arm. He could have broke Reeves' arm when he did that in that series, too.
You're talking about SGA?
SGA, right. But they had to, Hartenstein hooked Wemby, like clamped down on him, and then they called that foul on Wemby. They had to challenge it to get and win it. That's the other thing. If I keep winning these challenges, I should get as many as I want.
No,
that's the other thing.
Oh, my God.
It's outrageous.
Oh, my God. How about the foul on the flop on Harrison Barnes at the top of the key?
Oh, yes. Another good
That's
one.
all-time bad.
Yes.
And that 3 went down, by the way.
Yes.
That changes maybe everything right there.
Yes.
So that whistle, again, I think is going to correct itself big time. And here's another thing, too, to add on it. Wemby 7'5". He's kind of hard to miss.
Oh, I don't understand it. I know. Can you run something for him? It's not that hard. Just dump it down to the big guy and let him cook. He's just so damn big. I mean, they don't run enough plays for the guy.
No. And
watching out there, Castle turning the ball over time and time again.
Now, again, this is all injury dependent, but the Game 3 angle here could be the Spurs are 11-0 straight up in ATS off of a loss dating back to mid-January. 11-0.
Yep.
We saw it against the Wolves. They were automatic after a loss in that series.
Yeah. This is great theater.
You had that at the same time as the Golden Knights shocking the Avs, and Carter Hart this morning was still around 55-1 to win the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, they did a nice article on ESPN.com about the pecking order, and Marner's right up there as well.
Yeah.
He was great, though, as well. And all those shots, couldn't get anything going until late. Then the empty net goal shuts it down. So hopefully Makar's back in Game 2. They finally lose at home. I can't believe it. This team might go to the finals, and they were buried by Utah. I can't believe it.
It's like it reminds me of the Glengarry, Glenn Ross scene with Alec Baldwin. Oh, do I have your attention now?
Yeah.
That's the Golden Knights sitting, hey, guys, we're pretty good over here.
Sure. Yes, what are you doing? You fire your coach 3 weeks before the end of the season, and now they might work out for him.
That Makar injury, if he's not available, man, I don't want to overreact to one game. That seemed to be a pretty big deal last night.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the Knicks, Cavs, and Hurricanes, Canadians coming up next. And Cleveland Cavaliers coach Kenny Atkinson doubled down on James Harden. Hear what he had to say coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Racetrack Television Network brings you every race, from every track, on every screen, every day. With monthly packages starting as low as $5, RTN gives you great value and access to more live HD streaming and race replays than anyone. Visit RTN.tv today to sign up and watch on almost any device, including Roku and Amazon Fire. Use promo code TRYRTN for a 5-day free trial.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on SiriusXM Channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network.
On the next edition of Prop Points, AJ Scholes from RotoWire will join the show to give his thoughts on what we saw in the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals between Carolina and Montreal, and take a look at his favorite picks and props for Game 2 of the West Finals between Vegas and Colorado, picks and plays for Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals in the NBA between OKC and San Antonio. Jeff Erickson will reveal all of his favorite plays in Major League Baseball. I'm Nick Whalen. Tune into Friday's edition of Prop Points at 1 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
So the East will take center stage tonight, NHL and the NBA, and money on the Cavaliers. The Knicks are down to 5.5. Most spots here. Total is 215.5. It all comes down to, well, that's sharp money moving the market here on that. And their numbers are probably just telling them, like, the Cavaliers should not be a 7-point underdog in this game. And that's why I think the money is moving and the market is where it is at right now.
Knicks played one of the worst games of the season, first 3 quarters. Probably first 3.5 quarters.
How much did the layoff hurt them?
And big. OG did not look right. OG wasn't even close on some of his threes and jumpers. That concerns me. Hart was terrible. I think he bounces back, though. And he's $1.15 to score 12. Shamet saved the day. How much run does he get? But who knows? It's a fascinating game tonight where you think you can't overcome that. You don't come back from an epic loss and choke job like that. The Knicks know they got away and stole one, and now they could come out and jump on them, and maybe the series is over. Because, number one, as I said yesterday, you got to win 5 of 7. But also, if the Knicks win this one tonight, it's hard to see the Cavs winning 4 of 5, the way the Knicks are playing. The way you have to attack it from props, I think you have to look at, number one, Mitchell steals. I don't expect the Knicks to be that sloppy again, but it's a good price. And if you check the app under defense on Caesars, 2 is plus 123 is 4-1. Also, Mitchell assists, 3.5. Shop it. There's different prices all over the place, but a good price at Caesars over 3.5 assists. Cat has gone over his assist prop 9 in a row. He's up to 5.5 plus money at some spots. Merrill over 1.5 threes again.
Yeah, that's, you know what I would do? I would actually look at laddering him.
Over 2.5?
I'd go over 2.5 plus money. Yeah.
Yes, Merrill's got to be out there again. I don't want any Harden props, but I know you were picking up. I was talking to Ozzy, and I think you think Wade's going to get some run too, and Wade's got to be out there for his defense.
So let me give you this. Always read the content that we have at the website, VSiN.com. There are great breakdowns on every sport throughout the entire year. Zach Cohen said this today about Dean Wade. He's betting him to go over 8.5 combined points and rebounds. Mm-hmm. Wade had 15 combined in game 1. He's gone over this total in 8 of 15 postseason games. But as Zach wrote, he said, I continue to think there's a good chance Atkinson will need to play Wade a bunch because of his defense. And if Wade is out there a decent amount, he should put a dent in the box score. And I agree with him. Now, but it kind of goes against what Kenny Atkinson had to say about James Harden. Again, remember what he said right away after the game? I never thought about taking the guy out. He doubled down to the media again before this game tonight.
Sure, we can. I know everybody's putting it on James, but I'd say it's a lot of it's on the team, our team defense, and we were great for 3 quarters, like really, really great. So we can do it. I think sure some of it was him. There was a couple of blow-bys, but again, I'd argue it was on the team defense. I said, well, this is my first. I said, without you, we're knocked out in the first round. That's first. My personal opinion. So let's just stop that. We're in a great position. You've played great. And sometimes micro experiences get exaggerated. So keep being yourself.
I mean, at the very beginning, he was saying it wasn't James's fault.
I don't get it.
Like, what? I'm sorry, huh?
You should be pissed off, not like all the positivity. And we played great for 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
The comments after the game were ass backwards. I'm proud of our team. What? James, I never thought about taking James out.
Never thought about it.
Remember, we talked about that since they made the trade. They plummeted defensively. They fell to 18th in the league. Mitchell, a loss is a loss. Doesn't matter if it's by 1 or 40. You're up 22 with 7 minutes. It's only happened once in the history of the game. You got to be pissed off here. And it's all about, we were great for 3.5 quarters. What are you going to do? We'll come. This tonight will tell you a lot about the rest of the series. Now, if the Cavs win, then it's like we got a series here, and the Knicks have problems. Because certainly it could be 2-0 Cleveland. And if they're going to respond like that after they blow a game and they hand it to the Knicks, then the Knicks have to be worried. And also, how did some of these guys play, and how does OG look? But if the Knicks bury them again, then I think it's probably over in 5, and they're going to go to the finals for the first time since '99. I do know this: the atmosphere is going to be incredible and off the charts, and that was an all-time pop when Shamet hit that three and how the building was rocking during the epic comeback. It's going to be something tonight.
Knicks fans deserve all the credit in the world for hanging around during that game.
Yes, they do.
Like they didn't bail.
Yeah.
How many other cities across the country would the arena still be packed like that?
Yeah.
And
it reminded me of that Jets Monday night game when people were trying to come back in the stadium against the Dolphins when they were down like 28.
So another reason why I like Merrill tonight, first of all, really good and had a ton of opportunities in game one. Throughout the regular season, I wanted to play him at 2.5 over plus money whenever it was available. But the guy, and he was like in and out of the lineup this year. Injuries played a huge role in that, obviously. But he's so good at shooting the three-point shot, it was difficult to find 2.5 over plus money because it would always get jacked up. And I'll tell you this right now, if he has a good game tonight, you can kiss plus money goodbye on his 3+3s. That's going to be long gone.
Yes. So I think Atkinson and Mitchell are on the same page about penetrate, be more of a facilitator and set these guys up like he was game 7 against Detroit. And I think he'll go over the 3.5 assists, and that'll be tied into Merrill and some of these other guys feasting and setting them up. Maybe it's just all about him with the points too, but I could see him having a big game also, getting these guys involved, and I like Merrill over too. McBride did nothing either. He was in foul trouble.
Nothing.
You got nothing out of McBride. You got nothing out of OG. Hart was unplayable. He was pathetic. But it goes back to, though, are they just going to have Brunson Burner going and cooking Harden the whole time? Because if you watch the last 7 minutes of the game, it was stealing. It was unprecedented what they did. Number one, to hit him with the 18-1 run over 4 minutes, but what they were getting every time down, attacking this guy and putting him in the blender.
Yep. You like anything tonight for most points, most threes? We're looking at him on the screen right now. Merrill is plus 810 to have most threes in the game. Brunson plus 466 at DraftKings. Harden plus 640 tonight. I don't like betting positive outcomes with James Harden.
Okay, that's fine. Cat the lead in assists.
Okay. I'm not betting him tonight with the individual prop because I do have that series-long prop to average 6+. So if he goes over tonight, then that's going to be a really good sign for my and the Mets just got out of a base-loaded situation in the first. Damn it.
That's over every game.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It took a lot of money to the under, by the way, in this game. So there you go. The NHL game tonight, Canes. So I read today, longest layoff in playoff history. Others are saying since 1919.
Yeah.
Who's keeping track back then?
I have no idea.
It reminds me of the old John Campanera bit.
Yes.
Cy Young, 511 wins. He'd go to a carnival and knock over some milk. That's a win right there.
That's a win, you got it.
Who was keeping track back then?
I know. We can't get a track of who had a 30-point comeback in the 80s.
Yeah, right.
But we know rest in the hockey since 1919.
Sure. I trust it.
It's the ultimate rest versus rust here about, with this epic layoff and 11 days off. So you go back. If I play a 7-game series and win and you're off a sweep, I'm 8-1. So that favors Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Montreal in regulation at plus 220, plus 210. Because it could be, my concern is about Anderson with this time off, but also the team. I mean, this hasn't happened in forever, so I'm concerned about when you win 8 in a row that you don't want 2 weeks off, and Montreal's been playing every other night here for a month, what's been happening. So, And plus you got that 8-1 record as well. I don't mind Dobish over saves. Carolina, always a blitzkrieg on offense. And as always, I love to talk about the special teams, and that could decide it. Carolina, 95% kill in the playoffs. They were phenomenal during the regular season. And see if they keep the Montreal power play in check as well. And New Hook shots on goal is on a 7-1 overrun as well if you want to play it.
Montreal did take all 3 meetings in the regular season.
Yeah.
They scored at least 3 goals in every game, twice scoring 5 or more.
Well, this is the round, though, right? Brind'Amour is here again.
1 win.
1-12 in this round. Swept by the Bruins, swept by Florida, lost in 5 last year to Florida. 18 players on that team are still left over. So if that can help here with the experience. But does Montreal score? Because Carolina hasn't allowed more than 2 goals the entire playoffs in a game.
I know it.
It's incredible what Anderson's doing here.
Well, Paulie, as a former goalie, what does that mean for Anderson, the fact that he has not seen a real live puck flying at his face for almost 2 weeks?
I agree with Eddie Olczyk. I think it's big the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
See how they play. Maybe Montreal can jump on them. I think that's a big deal that you've been off this long.
I really, based on Carolina and what they've done so far in the playoffs, I kind of want to make the case you want to get nuts and have some guts, like alt unders in the game, like under 4.5 and maybe under like a 3.5, maybe like exact score 2-1 each way, or even like a scoreless game in regulation. But the rest does concern me a little bit here.
It has to.
I think it has to a little bit. Yeah,
it's unprecedented.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So if you want to attack it that way and think it's a problem, you can play that 8-1 angle and take plus money if they win in regulation.
Jonathan,
that would be fitting that they, after this time off, now they finally lose a game, and it's in this round where they have all their demons.
Yeah, Jonathan Davis will join us coming up in about an hour. He's got a ton of best bets for Game 1 and for the series. Up next, Perfect Timing with Dr. David Chao. We're going to ask about Mahomes and Bo Nix, but now what does he think of Dylan Harper's injury, Jalen Williams, and what can we expect from De'Aaron Fox next here on VSiN?
Biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime.
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to vsin.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Good to have you on board here on a Thursday. We're live in Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. Right now we go out to the Progressive guest line. We wanted to bring on Dr. David Chao after the schedule was released and talk to him about, well, the week one opening night game is going to be between the Chiefs and the Broncos. Are we sure Mahomes and Knicks are going to be ready to go, which we'll get into. But now, perfect timing today with all of these injuries in the NBA, unfortunately. But the good doctor is on the Progressive guest line, like I mentioned. Good to talk to you again, sir. Thanks for the time. We appreciate that. Let's begin. And you've been tweeting a lot of this stuff as well at Pro Football Doc. Your opinions on what you're watching from the video. Let's begin with De'Aaron Fox. We heard a high ankle sprain. What does that mean to you?
Well, first of all, you're right. We look at video, right? And no one's diagnosing off of video, but it's video from my study of video from football. And quite honestly, I work basketball with the Chicago Bulls and Minnesota Timberwolves as well. So that's why Sports Injury Central, we do all sports. But a high ankle sprain is different than the typical basketball inversion ankle sprain. And it doesn't look as bad. It doesn't swell as much, but it's more painful and more long-term. And that's why De'Aaron Fox isn't back yet. But it's very mild, right? Relatively mild in nature. It's a low-grade high ankle sprain, which is better than it being a high-grade high ankle sprain.
So, are you saying that it's easier for a basketball player maybe to play on this injury than a football player?
No, I'm saying it's way easier for a football or basketball player to play on a low ankle sprain than a high ankle sprain. It's harder for both sports to play through a high ankle sprain, and that's why Fox is out. It's a different type of ankle sprain.
Well, they need him now because of what happened with Harper, and you tweeted out with the video what you expect. This is always interesting with hammies. What do you think is going to happen with Harper now?
Look, by video, I think when he went up in the paint, he injured his hamstring, and then he came down, and everyone's looking at when he came down. But when he exploded up is when he felt the hamstring. Yes, he stayed in for another play or two, because he's trying to be a dog, right? He's trying to stay in. He knows it's the playoffs, but it's hard to force your way through a hamstring. And, it can get worse. It can recur. And that's why I think the medical staff did the right thing by him in saying, no, go back to the locker room. We're not going to try and make this worse than it is.
Okay. So what do you think the short-term diagnosis would be for Dylan Harper? Do you expect him back?
Well, I'm sure they're getting an MRI to see what grade hamstring strain, right? I mean, if it's a grade 1, then he has a chance to perhaps play next series. I think this series is going to be tough.
This series?
Really tough. Yeah, I mean, let's look at Luka Doncic. Okay, he went to Europe and had these injections and whatever, and it was said to be 4 to 6 weeks, and then it was closer to 8 weeks. His was grade 2, but it all depends on the grade. I mean, the hope is it's a hamstring scare. There's no injury to the tissue itself, and then that's the only way it allows him to return this series. If they see any sort of hamstring strain, I mean, the recovery isn't measured in days. It's longer than that to be explosive.
Right. Okay. So how about Williams now? This is the third time this has happened to him.
Well, look, hats off to him that he continues to want to try and play through and come back early. But this is the hazard of coming back early, right? In terms of this is what we were saying earlier this playoffs with Luka Doncic and the Lakers and Austin Reeves. I said, Austin Reeves coming back before Luka. Why? Because the oblique, you play through it, you hurt it again, you can keep going. A hamstring, once you re-aggravate it, you're out for longer. And so that's why they didn't make Luka come back more quickly. But this is where now he's come back, Williams, but now he's re-aggravated it, as you pointed out several times. So that's not a great outlook. Look, it's the Indy 500 this weekend. And I always say sports medicine is like driving an Indy car. We all on the straightaway can go pedal to the metal 200 miles an hour. We all can slow down and get through a turn without crashing. The key is to know when the straightaway is ending, where you got to throttle off, or when the turn is ending and the straightaway is coming, to speed up to get good recovery. And that's the magic of sports medicine. But, as good as they are in trying to do this, sometimes, this is the hazard of a game too early.
Would you say that it's similar with Harper in Williams, or might Williams be a little bit worse just because of now this is, again, the third time that he's tried to come back from it?
Well, all depends on how much new tissue damage there is, right? Yeah, there's more concern for Williams because it's multiple times. Harper, it's new. It's just a matter of the amount of new damage. If Williams is recurrent, but it's just a little bit of scar tissue, that's better news. If there's new injury on top of old injury, that's bad news. So that's why they need to look at the MRI to determine the next steps.
A.J. Mitchell also got dinged up last night for the Thunder, but he was saying all the right things. Like, it's not a big deal after the game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he was a quad contusion, right? A Charlie horse right there. I think he's going to be okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
How about to the NFL? Is Mahomes out there Monday night, week 1?
Well, look, Patrick Mahomes is amazing. He has played through a high ankle sprain and won a Super Bowl against the Eagles down in Phoenix, I believe. He recovered quickly from his kneecap dislocation. He's, quote, superhuman. It's Mahomes magic, but he still is human. It's an ACL and LCL. I'm glad he can swing a golf club. He swung a golf club and hit a golf ball. That's not NFL football. Look, will he be 100% week 1 of the NFL season? No possible way. You cannot speed up biology like that. Could he play football week 1? Yes, certainly from the pocket with some mobility, but not at 100%. It just doesn't work that way. And will he play week 1? The Chiefs don't even know yet. Mahomes doesn't know yet. They don't have to make the decision yet. All I'm saying is you can't say he swung a golf club, they shifted weight onto his left knee, he's good for NFL football. I'd say not so fast. And I'll give you 2 comps. Number 1 is Carson Wentz, when he was with the Eagles his rookie year in LA versus the Rams at the Coliseum, tore his ACL, LCL, similar injury to Mahomes. He was not ready week 1. They rushed him back week 3 or 4, I think, and he ended up with a back issue based on compensation. I don't see the Chiefs rushing him back because it's Mahomes. He's your guy, and it's Super Bowl. It's not about week 1. And I'll make another interesting comment. There was a lot said about his teammate, Rashee Rice, who had, now has to be in jail because he violated probation. He can get rehab in jail, just not the same kind of rehab that you can get on the outside. But he had a knee scope. And what was his knee scope for? For loose chips or residual from what? An LCL injury from September 2024. Patrick Mahomes is a December 2025 injury. It's an LCL. They're not exactly the same. There's LCL plus in both sides, but they're not exactly the same injury. I'm just saying it's not as simple as he swung a golf club and he's fine. Look at Rashee Rice.
Yeah. There's also this, not based on opinion. This is based on numbers. Warren Sharp talked about it with us yesterday. The NFL gave the Chiefs the easiest schedule over the first month of the season, and their bye week is nicely tucked in there at week number 5 as well to maybe help with the Mahomes recovery. What about on the flip side? I recently saw a photo. Bo Nix shared it on Instagram. His leg did not look great. I have to be completely honest here. What do you think Nix is going to be ready by week 1?
Well, I actually had I won't embarrass the NFL quarterback, but I had an NFL quarterback that we all know text me and say, what's going on with Bo Nix's leg? And I'm like, don't take the cheese. That's Alex Smith's leg. That was mislabeled and superimposed by.
Oh, it was AI. It was junk.
Person.
It was a Photoshop job. It
was the leg wasn't photoshopped. It's I posted on it. It's Alex Smith's photo. It was just labeled as Bo Nix and labeled as Bo Nix Instagram to fool people, kind of thing. Yeah, that was a skin graft and calf and whatever. And so you're not the only one. I mean, look, the text message to me was private, so I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. But we had a good laugh over taking the cheese on some of this fake news.
Okay.
Stuff.
Well, regardless, do you think that Bo Nix is going to be ready for week 1?
I am optimistic. Look, it's not a nothing that he had a second surgery. However, I'm more optimistic Bo Nix is ready week 1 than Patrick Mahomes. Look, if it were the Super Bowl week 1, Patrick Mahomes will be out there. if you're the Chiefs general manager, if you're the Chiefs head coach, are you worried about Patrick Mahomes week 1, or are you worried about a potential setback, avoiding setback, and having Patrick Mahomes for a bulk of the season, later in the season and playoffs, right? It's just about caution and being careful. And I think that's what the Chiefs may do.
Hey, Doctor, excellent spot. Great to catch up. Thank you so much for the time. The website is sicscore.com, and follow him on X at ProFootballDoc. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And he was on the Progressive Guest Line. Win, lose up next. Betting the first goal scorer of the game is in the same wheelhouse as the first touchdown scorer, and some of these numbers that pop are gigantic, much like last night. Paulie with the details next here on VSiN.
VSiN's player prop projection tool is now available for the NBA. Get projections for points, assists, rebounds, and more, powered by Opta AI. On VSiN.com/NBA props, we line up our projections against the latest DraftKings odds, so you can quickly spot mismatches and find value before the market adjusts. The NBA player prop projections tool is available exclusively to VSiN Pro subscribers. Check it out now at VSiN.com/NBA props and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Your favorite VSiN shows and personalities are now available to download as podcasts. Catch every hour of our live broadcast with VSiN Best Bets, or find your go-to show and download it directly. Get instant reactions to last night's games, sharp analysis on today's biggest matchups, and everything in between. Whether you're commuting, working out, or just catching up, VSiN lets you take the action with you wherever and whenever you want. Search VSiN on your favorite podcast platform and get in on the action with VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays. Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Game leaders last night, NBA, most threes, Vassell 5-1. Mitchell, 4+ steals, 15-1. Caruso, 5+ assists, plus 750. Wallace, 4+ assists, plus 350. McCain, 3+ threes, plus 350. NHL, Golden Knights reverse puck line, 3-1. 8-1 now in game ones. Howden, anytime goal, plus 370. Coughlin, first goal of the game, 80-1.
There you go.
Anytime, 15-1. First goal in 5 years. How does that happen?
Who would think of betting that?
Yes, no kidding. Why would that guy jump out? He's due, I guess.
I mean, I like taking long shots as much as the next guy, but are you serious with that?
Blue Jays plus 150. Beat the Yankees. Good point from Dr. Chao during the break. Fields plus 550 at DraftKings to start week 1 for the Chiefs. Much lower at Kelce. Think he's onto something there. Pretty good. Give that guy a start. That's not bad, but the price at DraftKings. Subscribe, be part of the team. VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in, we'll put you on. How about a compilation here? This guy, 702 Bullies on Instagram, where these guys are awesome. He's got a whole house full of them. And here, this viewer all lined up. It's looked like they were dunked in ice cream. Look at that coat. Look at those colors that they are. Incredible. Just want to walk up and give those guys a hug.
And look how short that little guy is.
Yeah.
What does he weigh, like 6 pounds? Look at that.
At the big head.
Great looking pooch.
They are, yeah. The colors are what the thing that gets me, the coat. Yeah. It's incredible. Lose some. Portland Fire, 13.5 down to 10. No Caitlin Clark, didn't matter. We told you Mitchell would cook. She did. And they blew them out. People upset with the timing. I don't blame them. About an hour, 90 minutes before the game, it was announced she wasn't going to play. Sharp Plays. Been with us since day one. Real-time global betting info, alerts directly from the pros. They talked to over 500 sources worldwide across all sports and sent it out directly to their subscribers. SharpPlays.com. Been with us since day one. Respected, watched, and feared. All of it documented and logs posted publicly. The sports calendar never stops, and they cover it all. And look for the daily Mr. Poison tweets. SharpPlays.com.
So I have the over. I have a terrible number, by the way, on the Nationals-Mets game. I bet it on the overnights at over 8.5 even money. This thing moved all the way down to 7.5 today. I couldn't make it make sense. It's Nats-Mets again, and the Nats go over every single game. It's not like two great pitchers are out there today. And the Nationals had the bases loaded in the first, and they had two runners on with one out, I believe, in the second. They didn't have anything to show for it. The guy was picked off second, trying to steal second, actually, to end the inning. So it was scoreless going to the top of the third. Mets had the bases loaded, one out. Bichelle with the 2-run single. Juan Soto, of course, just struck out. And so they have runners on first and second right now. And more runs would be nice, as 200 people are in the stands again today for a day game in the nation's capital. But if you're going to put ducks on the pond every single inning, come on, boys, let's get some of these guys home. Also, today before the show, I was playing a little video poker, Paulie. Playing, what is it called? Double Super Happy Times?
No, not happy. You're getting mixed up with the Seinfeld episode.
Is it
Super Double Time?
Super Double Time? And I was playing double. Okay.
Double Super Times.
Double Super Times.
Now you got me screwed up.
Yeah, well, it can make you very happy if you deal you some good stuff. But occasionally it spits out like this bonus, right? And it's like press your like do 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 do, and then it's like 5 times or 10 times or 2 times or whatever. And I'm playing five play. They dealt me 4 to a Royal today on 5 play.
You dealt Royal and for it to spin.
So
20 times.
That's right. And so for the double happy times, whatever it's called, you can, the first time through, it can spit out a bonus, and the second time through, it can spit out a bonus.
Yep.
So in theory, you can get 20 times what it normally pays. Not only did I not get a bonus, I, of course, did not get a Royal with cheese. That hurts. But that's the way it goes, and I'm in a major slump playing video poker for 2 months now. Not a great feeling. Let me run this by you.
Well, just get on the WNBA.
Well, the
piece of cake.
baseball has been really good up until last night.
Plum over, Sykes over. Every game.
Now, I know Phoenix, they have a top 5 defense in the league in the WNBA, and it's also the 4th road game this week or in the past week for the tempo.
Yeah.
But you could parlay Plum and Sykes to score 20 plus tonight, and it's almost 2-1.
Yep.
What do you think?
Absolutely. 1 and 2 in scoring in the WNBA. And she fires, man. Sykes, 31 points the other game. She takes so many shots. I'm with you. And I also like Phoenix side. LA doesn't play any defense. So
they're one of the worst defensive teams in the league.
That's right. Yep. So Phoenix side, Plum over points, Sykes over points as well. But Plum, every single game has gone over her points, leads the league 27 a game. And it works out, too, because of the trade of Rakia Jackson. So that she's taken more shots. She's also been more efficient. But Jackson took a lot of shots last year. But now when she's gone, that's even more looks for Plum. And she's off to a good start. But they were supposed to be a contender, and anything but so far going into this year. And as we talked about, no defense. So I think Phoenix wins.
Also, last night during the Spurs game, I tweeted out something after the Wemby putback dunk. And the guys in the broadcast, like Tirico and Crawford and Miller, they're like, all you can do is laugh at that. Like, again, we've never seen it before.
Right.
He has that impossible putback dunk, which is all-time good. And he comes back down, and he has just an unbelievable defensive play with a block shot in a span of 15 seconds. And this is what Slim said on X in response to my tweet. Wemby is playing at the highest level of basketball that humanity has ever seen. It's really not even debatable. Jordan was the best, as he wrote, but he ain't never been as good as Wemby is right now. The defensive impact is ridiculously off the charts. As we said the other day when we were doing Reeler Fugazi, and I threw this at you, he is the most talented and gifted basketball player we've ever seen. It's not even a debate.
I don't know how people are, and I know that Game 1 had record ratings.
It should.
Yeah, it should. I just don't understand how you're not watching this because we've never seen it before.
You have to.
To see a 7'4" guy do that, bring the ball up, shoot threes, dunk the ball, no problem, putbacks, tip it up to himself, the Moses Malone play that he had. It's, go back to those Laker teams. Magic Johnson were the highest rated Western Conference Game 1 ever.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of football people saying, I'm back, I'm watching the NBA, this guy's appointment viewing. I just don't understand how it should be getting like Jordan numbers, what we're doing. Because even though he transcended sports, Jordan, what Wemby's doing too, but Jordan went to a whole nother level. Those games, for the most part, were unwatchable. They were playing in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, 86,
NBA
79.
basketball was terrible back then.
It really was.
When he had that second run with the Bulls.
Walked the basketball up. Nobody could shoot.
Everyone played the same way. Nobody pushed the ball. Everyone caveman ball, dump it down to the big guy. It took them 70 years to figure out, wait a second, if I back up a couple feet, I get an extra point? The mid-range crap and how they wouldn't call anything either.
Well, there's also this, too,
I would say Jordan would average 40 a game, though, if he played.
Oh, I think he would, too, based on the rules and everything like that. You already made your feelings abundantly clear on the show about Oklahoma City. You can't stand the team. That's fine. You must admit, though, that they're absolutely phenomenal as a basketball team.
I hate the whistle they get.
And they have tons of talent. That's why, like, this combination and the fact that we're looking at the beginning of what should just be an incredible rivalry for the next fill-in-the-blank of how many ever years. 5, 10, I don't care. I mean...
You can't debate that they're dirty. You can't.
Oh, they play physical in a dirty style of basketball.
Locking arms, pulling hair, grabbing people, tugging jerseys.
I would say this. I think Chet Holmgren is wildly overrated. That said, SGA is outrageously good. Put it this way. He's one of the best guards that we've seen since Jordan retired, probably. In fact, to go back-to-back MVP as a guard, that doesn't happen anymore. And they got 10 guys that they can play. I was having this conversation with somebody today. They're convinced that Oklahoma City's backups would be a playoff team. I can't debate that. Mm-hmm. I think they would be.
Yeah.
So you have like their greatness, they're the champs, their depth overall taking on this guy. By the way, the Spurs, unbelievable organization. And they got Castle, and they could have had, again, the pick of the litter after Flag last year. They took Harper. How's that working out until the injury? Mm-hmm. They're just, it's awesome.
How about the reports that the Thunder are going to take all these picks and try to move up into the top 5?
Well, I think they kind of have to, don't they?
Yeah.
How do you have 19 guys in a roster?
Yeah, that's right.
And they're not going to, some of these guys are going to have to go bye-bye at some point.
Yes.
That's why enjoy it while you can, or they need to win as many as they possibly can. But now, again, everybody who thought that this was going to be a, what's the word, a dynasty? I hate it. It always turns into that kind of talk.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's on hold.
Now, here come the Spurs way, way quicker than anybody ever anticipated. Cleveland legend, friend of the show, Tony Rizzo on the program coming up next. He's seen it all in that city. The fumble, the drive, the comeback the other night. He also recently survived a heart attack